This is Head Busting Boxing, and we are back in the house. And we're going to go into a little bit of an audio of Anthony Joshua talking about his mind state leading up to the fight with Andy Ruiz. And you can actually find this entire video, because it's a video, but we're just doing the audio. The entire video you can find on Anthony Joshua's channel. I will put the link in the description if you want to hear the entire video or whatnot. But in the video, he explained how they chose him after the whole Big Baby Miller debacle. And he also explained, I'm not going to play this part, but I'll just say it. He explained how he had a good training camp in Florida, and how no, he was not knocked down, and I might do a video on that, but no, he said he was not knocked down in training. He wasn't injured in training. Everything went smoothly. And but he does talk about his mind state, wrapping his head around who he was supposed to fight. And I'm gonna go ahead and get into the audio right now, so let's go.
So now we're in a situation where either we have no fight or we find a replacement. But a replacement has to be a credible replacement as well, because we're not in the business of taking like easy fights. That's not what we're here to do. And Andy Ruiz was the game challenger. It's hard, I'm trying to psych myself up, but I ain't got no envy or hate for this guy. I don't even know the guy, we ain't even done a press conference. So I didn't feel too hyped up, but and it's hard when everyone's not even worrying about this guy. They're thinking about the next guy down the line. But I'm looking at this guy, he's a good fighter. That's why we picked him. We didn't pick him because he's an easy walk in the park. But it's a balance within the mind. No, nothing got different. Across the ring wasn't the guy that I wanted to be in the ring with. Across the other side of the ring was not the guy I wanted to be fighting. So it is what it is.
Oh man, you're boxing at the bell. God bless you both.
The third round goes, I had no intention of hurting Ruiz at this. Well, I do have intention of hurting him, but I didn't think this was the time to hurt him. I wanted to wear him down a few rounds before. 1-2, slip, uppercut hook, boom, Ruiz is down. I thought, perfect.
Beautiful punch from Anthony Joshua, and Andy Ruiz Jr. is down in the third round.
All right, that was a little weird to listen to for me. Because he kind of sounded like he wanted to make an excuse, but then turned around and said there is no excuse. First of all, me personally, I thought they should have canceled the fight. And that's not just on his behalf, but on behalf of whoever it was he was going to fight. But I'm talking before they made a decision, because not only, okay, you put yourself in a position where you are already training for Gerald Miller. So anything that you learned, any muscle memory that you might have developed in camp to do whatever it is you had to do against Miller, if that don't apply the same for Andy Ruiz, that's a problem. Also, I felt like it would have been better for his opponent to get the opportunity to get a full camp in as well. But fortunately for Ruiz, he had just came out of a fight with somebody that has a lot of the same attributes as Joshua. So advantage Ruiz really. And because Ruiz didn't have any time off, he didn't get to blow up. He didn't get to get fat. He didn't get to get out of shape. Matter of fact, if you look at Andy Ruiz's picture in the Joshua fight compared to his picture against Dimitrenko, he's a whole lot thinner. Now, maybe he would have looked the same if that would have just been a regular fight with Joshua without previously just fighting Dimitrenko. But the fact that he went right out of camp, right back into camp, suffered no injuries in the Dimitrenko fight, no damage to his face, no nothing. Like, really, if you watch that fight, he barely even got touched. All of that leads to advantage Ruiz because he actually got to fight somebody roughly the same size as Joshua, same fighting style as Joshua, somewhat mechanical like Joshua. I don't know about the power, but a very good pre-fight or prequel fight to an Anthony Joshua fight. And on top of that, it kept him in shape. It kept him in prime condition, even in a better condition that he was in the previous fight with Dimitrenko. So once again, everything pointed to advantage Ruiz. Joshua, on the other hand, he basically told you he didn't know much about him, even though he kind of said his uncle did later on, but he didn't know much about Ruiz. And I don't think they made too many adjustments for Ruiz. Matter of fact, it ain't what I believe, it's what he said. He said in the article on June 1st, the day of the fight, and I might put it in the video. If you see it in the video, great. If not, whatever. But I did a video talking about this before. He said going into the fight on June 1st on the interview that he was going into the ring planning on knocking Ruiz out early. Now, later on in this video, the video he did that I'm giving you the link to, he says that he did not plan that. So AJ playing some games. He's saying some shaky stuff. But matter of fact, I think I'm going to put the article up there just to show it. But he said he had no plans on trying to get Ruiz out of there early in the video that I'm taking this audio from. But in the actual article that was put out on June 1st, before the fight, he said he wasn't going in there to try to dance around and to try to extend the fight. He wanted to go in there and knock him out. He said he would even take risks to knock him out. You will see it in the article. All you got to do is, I'm going to put it up. I'm not going to read it, but you can pause the video to read it yourself when you see the article up. And the article is talking about ticket sales. I couldn't believe I stumbled on this because it's actually talking about ticket sales. But when you read the article, it speaks on his game plan going in there with Ruiz. And basically what else he says is, due to the fact that Wilder had just had such a brilliant performance with Brazil, he felt the pressure to go in there and knock Andy Ruiz out, especially based off the fact that Wilder made such easy work of Brazil and he did not, because it took him 8 rounds or whatever to get him out of there. So I don't know. It kind of sounds like Joshua saying some shaky stuff. Like I said, I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. It sort of sounds like he's making excuses, but then again, it sort of sounds like he's just saying, you know, Ruiz was the fighter that you know, he was a good fighter. I don't know.
1-2, slip, uppercut hook, boom, Ruiz is down. I thought, perfect.
Beautiful punch from Anthony Joshua. And Andy Ruiz Jr. is down in the 3rd round, and he's down for the first time in his life. And there's the power and the precision of Joshua.
This is my chance now to go in there and land just one more shot. Just one more accurate shot and that'll be the fight over.
Just when Ruiz looked like he...
I've gone in there now looking for that second shot. 1-2 lands.
The shot and for Joshua.
Tried the same combination again. Boom. He rolls it. Boom on the chin. No problem. Boom. Boom on the back of the head. I thought, oh no, what's happening here?
Trouble here. And he's going for it. Ruiz catches Joshua.
I couldn't even really remember where I was at the time, but I just knew that I was in for a fight. I knew I shouldn't be here, so I just got to my feet and we went again.
30 seconds to go, legs are shaky at him. You know, if Ruiz could put the shots together here, Joshua's in trouble.
You know, Ruiz done well, hit me with a good shot, and I just couldn't recover from it, and that was it.
Attempts to clear, but he's been wobbled, shaken, and down. Another right hand for Ruiz. Oh, he's in all sorts of trouble. Again, Joshua. And he's down for the 2nd time. But the bell's going to come. 30-second count.
My legs and everything. It's like, it's a weird feeling.
advantage of losing that perfect record.
Listening to him describe what went. Matter of fact, hold up real quick. Let me back up. The fact, because I didn't cover this on the last clip, when he said that Ruiz was not the guy that he wanted to be in the ring across from him. Like, what does that mean? Because at the end of the day, you're a prize fighter. You don't have to hate your opponent. I'm pretty sure he did not hate Povetkin. I'm pretty sure he didn't hate Klitschko. So because that's not Wilder or Fury or somebody that's been, or Dillian White, whoever, somebody, or even Big Baby Miller, somebody who keep hurling insults at you. I don't know. Matter of fact, if anything, Andy Ruiz was doing that. He said that you fought robotic. You said that he pissed you off when he made those comments. He said that you was the easiest one to beat out of the so-called big three, Fury, Wilder, and AJ. So if anything, he gave you material to warm up to wanting to whoop his tail or whatever, motivate you, whatever it is. So I don't understand why he said that. Plus, like I said, at the end of the day, it's prize fighting. That person over across the ring from you is trying to take food out of your mouth and your family mouth. That should have been enough motivation as it is. Now, as far as what he was saying on the last clip, you know, about what went down in the ring, and this is something I pointed out in a previous video, that yes, he hit Ruiz with a particular combination, and he tried to do it again. Now, Ruiz, being a smart fighter, wasn't going to allow you to beat him or hurt him with the same thing twice. So that tells me a lot about what Wilder mind state or game plan or whatever was, because okay, you dropped him inside, right? He hit him with the uppercut hook combo. He got him, but he got up close, if I'm not mistaken, the first time with the straight right, and he, you know, he kind of clocked him a little bit. They kind of wrestled a little bit. He hit him with the uppercut. He separated himself from him a little bit, hit him with the uppercut, hit him with the hook, and dropped him. Now, when he got up, when Ruiz got up, he tried to do the same thing. He hit him with the straight right and got up close. Except the difference is it wasn't no wrestling around. He hit him with the with the hook, and Ruiz rolled. Hit him with the straight. Excuse me. Ruiz rolled out of it, and they just got the swinging. And he tried the uppercut hook combination again. Only difference is at this time it wasn't coming out of a clinch where he just slipped the uppercut in, and Ruiz was able to start rolling like he said. And once that took place, Joshua was actually in no man's land and didn't realize it. What Joshua should have did was step back and reset, but he did not do that. Now, that tells me two things. One, his ring IQ isn't that bright. And number two, he wasn't totally prepared. Like I said before, Joshua came into that fight looking for a knockout. The hell with what he said. He went into that fight looking for a knockout, and a quick one at that. And he thought he had one served up on a silver platter once he knocked him down. But I thought this was I thought it was rather interesting that he actually went in depth in his mind state leading up to the fight. He covers the training thing. I advise you to go watch the video. He talks about his training camp. He talks about the whole getting knocked down thing. He talks about a lot of stuff leading up into the fight. So it's worth watching. But those were the things that I found were very interesting, so I wanted to cover those. Anyway, that's pretty much all I got. This is Head Busting Boxing Fight Doctor. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Let me know what you think of the video in the comment section. Did he overlook him? Maybe. I would say he did. I really believe it wasn't. He said it early in the video. He was comfortable coming into the fight. He thought basically he was capable of beating him. It wasn't no anxiety, no nothing. So I would say he overlooked him. But hit me up in the comment section. Let me know if you thought he overlooked him or not. But anyway, like I said, that's pretty much all I got. This hair busting boxing fight doctor, I am